What is up, everybody? Brett here, and we're back on my YouTube channel, Good Talk Gaming, playing some more Battle Brothers on the Beast and Exploration DLC. Picking up where we left off last time, just a bit further along. It's day 277, it's midday. So, off camera, guys, I went ahead, I know I mentioned that I was going to take this fight on camera, but what ended up happening was, when I reloaded the game to play it the next day, you'll see I took a lot of fights around here, the composition of the army here changed. So I wanted to show you guys that fight because it was going to be with a goblin shaman. But when I reloaded the game save, it was an overseer instead. It ended up not being a very interesting battle. As soon as we approached, a huge group of wolf riders came out, and we chased them down. It was like 14 or so. We killed them. We came back here. We won this fight. We came down here. I think we won another fight. And then I've walked down here. I think I took out a berserker orc encampment. And I did all that basically off camera just because it wasn't super interesting. We suffered some injuries, but I think at this point we are now fine. And our composition is pretty heavy right now on the ranged firepower. But we're going to turn in what we need to turn in for the Stone Pillars quest line, so that we can hopefully get into fighting the Kraken, which I don't know if we're ready for at all, but we'll see what the witch needs next. So you bring the woman her unwhole hides, only to find that there are more people now, a few men and women milling about, poking around the swamp eating mushrooms. They ask if you're here to help find the Kraken. You sternly ask if they're here to get paid as well, because you are sure as shite not sharing the goods. The woman calls out to you and runs over. She turns her head and scrunches swamp slush out of her hair as though it were a dirty rag. Are those the... They are. So we're giving up a ton of unwhole hides for this, but hopefully it's worth it. She snaps her fingers and a few helpers take the hides away. You ask who the hell these people are. She shrugs. They just started arriving, I guess. Said it was in the stars for them to be here, and I ain't one to question that. And no, I ain't gonna pay them what I owed you. They're just happy to be here, away from everywhere else. Away from everything always. She raised an eyebrow. So the deal is done then. Okay, wall of text incoming. With the hides delivered, you ask for what you're owed. She flips you another signet as though you were a beggar, and then waves for you toward her books. As you walk over, you see the helpers cutting up the unwhole hides. They seem to be tailoring them as cloaks. The woman talks. I think we're closer to the awakening. The helpers here said they saw stars, but I think what they really saw were fireflies. I see them sometimes myself, little bugs that glow in the dark. I've tried to capture a few, but they keep winking away. Yeah, we just want our money. Right, you ask for your payment, again. She answers by reopening that old tome and looking at the drawing of the sailors being attacked by the Kraken. With so much help around, I have had more time to delve into the books, and in that time I noticed something. What do you see in this picture? Look closely now. You stare at it, but shrug. She drags her finger across the particularities of the drawing, as though her narration were etching it there and then. Moonlight. This battle occurred at night. What are these here, flying above the fight? Seagulls? No, those are bats. What in the hells are bats doing flittering around in the middle of the ocean? And then there's this man here at the helm of the ship, with the long ears and the black cloak. An interesting figure, no? And then there's this, a few pages down, a record of, I quote, a vagabond who threw bats out of his cloak to mask his escape. Rather particular, no? I think these were called necrosavants, ancient ones. And I think they weren't ambushed by the Kraken. I think they were hunting it. Sighing, you ask what she needs. The woman claps the book close. Depends if they exist or not. For with mine own eyes I have not witnessed them, but in my days I have seen the shamans and the magicians with their strange glittery ashes. Perhaps trickery, perhaps not. Bring me 7 ash piles of these nightmen, and we may have our Kraken yet. The woman excitedly stuffs her face with more mushrooms. She pauses, grinning with black caps for teeth. And then you'll have your crowns too, of course. From dust to finding dust. Okay, she needs 7 glittering ashes. How many do we have? Or shimmering ashes. We have 4. Man, we probably have had 7 at some point. Man, I wish he gave us a little bit more than a signet ring as well. It's kind of hard to sustain. I mean, those are some pretty valuable items we just gave up. And it did finally clear up some space in our inventory. And I think I know a few places where we can take fights with Necro Savants. This may be one of them. I think this one is for sure. Rest of No Return. And probably way out here too, in this place we found early in the game. Thanks to a little bit of scouting from an event. But now I was thinking, you know what? I don't have a ton of crowns. I have a nearly full inventory. What are we rocking right now? Yeah, we only have 9 spaces left in our inventory. We have a few things we could easily drop that aren't worth much. But I was thinking about going here to Vargash Hartak, a place we got absolutely wrecked last time. But that might not be wise. If we get there and some of their army leaves, it'll make it much easier. But last time it was 24 orcs and it was just a ton of warriors and we got overwhelmed. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to save the game, guys. And we'll head over there and see what there is to see. And maybe we can take a really exciting orc fight to start off today's episode. So let's see. Alright, many orc warriors, a plethora. Yeah, that's a lot. This would be too tough of a fight. I don't think we can take that. So we're going to head back. The numbers there just don't check out. It would end up being at least 24. It may even be more than last time. Something as many as like 28. So that's one of those brutal fights we just can't do yet. If we had approached perhaps and we saw, 12 of them break out, we could have done something. But that's just not how it was. So I think we're going to head down to Sudfest. Yes. Sudfest is a pretty decent city for us. We have open relationships with them. And they're near this area of the Scrublands where we fought a lot of Necro Savants in the past. So maybe we can find something else here and get those Shimmering Ashes. So, for those of you who maybe, are just joining us for the first time, Necro Savants are kind of like teleporting vampire characters. And they're pretty brutal. They have healing, obviously, like I said, teleportation, which makes them difficult to pin down. They don't respect any kind of zone of control. So, as far as this game goes, they're a pretty difficult opponent. Anything good? We're going to check and see what the prices are. But we've killed quite a few in this playthrough so far, so we're not scared of them by any means. The prices here are quite fine, so we will sell off a lot of our junk. Because boy do we need crowns after kind of splurging. Yeah, we're not going to get a ton here from all this goblin stuff. Oh, we picked up another impaler. That's something I wanted to mention. Three signet rings. And we have some furs and amber. So, I mean, we have enough now that we can kind of relax. I don't think we need 3 unhold hearts. I'm okay with selling one of those. Alright. Almost 6k. That's not too bad. But we're going to have to spend quite a bit of that on food, tools. Yeah. Nothing unique here. Should go and drink and get our guys in better spirits. Wolfgang told me about Long Tusk Den the other day. Full of treasure, he said. Some way east of here. Or maybe I'm remembering it wrong. Interesting. That sounds like an orc berserker camp, which is not really what we're trying to find. Good cheap ammunition. That's nice. And we could come over here and see what kind of food we could get. We need a lot of it. So we may just end up buying everything. 5 days. 6 days. Yeah, and that's all the food they have. Wow. Okay. If they had a taxidermist, we could probably make some fermented unhold hearts. What do you want us to do? Greenskins. Up by Simptonburg. Simptonburg is up here, which we probably don't really want to go there. I kind of want to go look for that Long Tusk place. It said it's east, but I mean it could be like here, could be like way down here. We don't know. It said it's full of treasure. You know what? We're going to take this contract because I think we need to relocate north to the places where we know there are Necrosavant battles that we can take. Start making our way towards, you know, these 3 areas. Is the game going to give us an easy brigand fight? It sure will. Let's take it. Please, please just let me catch you. Okay. Alright, this is just easy crowns for us, hopefully. We get to see Hondo in his new outfit, looking pretty sweet. Okay, we can't hit any of the archers. And if my mouse starts acting funny, guys, or it looks like I'm having trouble, I think my kid's like knocked over my mouse. I had to like pop it back into place just a bit ago. And it's working for now, but I wouldn't be surprised if it gave up on me soon. I have a backup, but it would take like a minute for me to get it, and then in the meantime, I don't know, you guys would just be sitting here. It's kind of lame. Don't want to do that. So let's just cross our fingers, hope this one's working well. And in the meantime, we're just going to mow down these poor brigands. We can spear wall, though they weren't likely to go in there anyway. They're probably just going to go around to try and stomp on Wolfgang. Yeah, we tried. And then we just pass until we can take more shots. This guy has a nice little spot behind a rock. Okay, they lined up for Hondo. That was pretty bad. So Hondo's going to get a split attack here. Certainly he's going to kill the guy in the back. Yeah, I think I'm just going to come here and do this. Yeah, that's indomitable. We'll wait to see what we can hit. Should be able to kill that guy. 13 there is not great. 18's not much better. We'll just take these low chance shots. Nice, we sniped him out from behind his buddy with a shield wall. And we should just step in here, make sure this guy's not going anywhere. Let's see if the split is successful, and it is. But I don't think we can close the distance on this dude. Unless we use a dog, which we will. And there we go. So he won't be able to shoot into our back line, which is kind of all I was worried about. Leaving our archers unprotected from enemy archer fire. Would have been bad if we would not have been able to close the distance effectively. So. The dog is doing his job. He's going to have to switch to a different weapon. And he knifed him. Yeah, and that dude's going to make for the hills, which kind of sucks because he had one of the better weapons on the battlefield. Ah, should have thought about that. Of course, that dog would go for that bite. There we go. Just trying to get vision of this guy. Like I said, he's got some of the more valuable gear. That pick is worth a bit. And this is all about making money. We'll let them run if we have to, but I don't think we really have to. Nice. Ooh, so close. Just don't kill my dog. Alright, they're gone. We're not going to mess around too much. After we get this kill, I think we're good. And this is faster than doing the auto. Just a little more annoying. It's over. So, nice little like battle snack. Edgel gets a level. We picked up a bunch of sellable loot. And now we're good to go. Dunkelwald doesn't have anything but a Fletcher. Seftonburg's kind of the same thing. This is why we chose to go to war against these guys back during the Noble War times. Because their cities just kind of suck. Okay, we see the orc footprints. And the remnants of some sort of battle. Yeah, they have the first Dunkelwald company, which is big enough to kill any number of orcs. And they're just not going out to fight. Come in here and sell first. Not sure which I'll end up selling. The heavy crossbow or the spiked impaler. They're a little bit different, and they are distinct enough to warrant having one or the other. But I don't think we just don't need that. Okay, that's good enough. Let's go chase down these orcs. Just a bunch of young. They're really fun to fight. As long as we're not in the swamp, and I think we avoided it. But we have so many ranged in our current lineup, and our lone wolf brothers are tucked in, and instead of being way out on the flanks drawing aggression. So our build's a little strange right now, but it should still be pretty deadly. I think the DPS is higher in our current configuration, but our ability to like protect our stuff is just less. Okay. Shoot at the guy with no shield. Spear wall up. Out on the flanks, the spear wall is pretty deadly. Nice. I only got to get lucky once. So that's 4 down right off the bat. This should end up being just easy crowns for us. And whenever you put spear walls kind of in these type of flanking positions, it really forces the AI to want to jump into the center. And then they get a little bit confused. They're like, do we go around? You know? They either have to go all the way around, which takes them a long time, or they need to like pile into the center and see what they can do. I've always noticed the AI really struggles with dealing with spear walls. As well they should. I mean, that's kind of what it did in real life, too. Forced out tactical decisions. Nice. Perfect. And Lance will lock this guy down. We'll take shots at this guy. We don't want anyone running away. I did not mean to do that. I thought I hit the button. He's bleeding, but he's not going to bleed out from that. So we're going to have to help him along with another shot. Yeah, they make it in on Lance, but that's okay. Perfect. So getting that kill gives us a nice reset. Their morale is starting to go. And I think we can push up a bit and start taking out the last guys. We have no good shots. Dang it. That was brutal. Alright. And that is a lot of routing greenskins. I don't think any of them are going to make it out of here. Wolfgang needs to switch, of course, to his long axe. Wolfgang still does not have quick hands. So he doesn't get to act afterwards. I mean, we can rotate, but it won't do anything. We're just putting more of our own archers in the front lines. Perfect. And now Hondo has nobody to kill, so he's going to have to come down. And they're all running, so I mean, it's GG. Easy crowns for us, easy experience. But I guess we're hunting Necrosavants this episode. Like I said, I was kind of hoping to do a... Oh, we have to go back to Sudfest? Oh, this ends up... Why didn't I think of that? This is going to end up not being worth it at all. Yeah, we have to go back to Sudfest? That's awful. Hopefully we can take another fight somewhere. I mean, even just for like one day, we have to pay $750. So to make, you know, $1,200 off of this, plus of course whatever we're gonna sell, but there's just almost no way it's gonna be worth it. Those little shields aren't worth anything, sadly. Okay, is that it? Yep. Alright. And they probably haven't gotten any new shipments in, not that we could afford anything. Alright, let's head out. We're going to try to go north for real this time. That's like just my bad, guys. Had I realized that going to Siftenberg for that meant that I had to come back down. Hondo the Brutal, once a lumbering lump of belly fat on 2 legs, has lost a considerable amount of weight since he's with the company. No longer does the mere mention of a sparring fight leave him without breath. In fact, he's got more bounce in his step and is showing a sort of agility you've never seen from him before. Looks like all this walking about has done wonders. If I remember right, fat had some benefits though. It gave him like extra hit points or something. I think we lost like a ton of hit points because of that. So that was kind of a deceptively bad thing to happen. But is his fatigue better? Maybe. I'm having trouble remembering exactly what fat was. I think it was more hit points at the cost of fatigue, which thematically would make sense. Let's hope we can find like some bandits or goblins or something running around here. Yeah, there's brigands. We'll catch them if we can. Even 10 of them at night. We just need the crowns. We can't pass up these types of fights. So I did my best to try and spare you guys, you know, some lame fights. And now I'm taking a night fight uphill against a bunch of archers. God, I hate this. Nope. 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 We're just noping out. I'm going to go forward with my front line, and I don't have the patience. My front line is just going to go forward, and we're going to kill these guys. We're going to rely heavily on our melee superiority, and we're not going to risk getting all of our ranged brothers torn up. Lance is the only one that's in kind of a bad spot, but we should be able to get him out this turn. Especially if he can land a kill on this guy with no helmet. Just feels like every time I take one of these hill fights, I always end up at the bottom of the hill. Okay. Is he running? I think he is. Let's just smash him. Step forward. We could even consider dropping a dog. That's probably not worth it. Forward, stab that dude. When he tries to run, it'll be that much easier to kill him. You know what, let's drop a dog. Give us a better surround on this pikeman. Give them all something else to aim at. Poor Lance. So our bone plating just took the first hit there, and they kill our dog. God, I hate these fights. I can't even believe we just missed there. So yeah, I mean, even just losing our dog there pretty much means that we're not going to break even on this fight. That dog was probably like 400 crowns. And the amount of repairs we're going to have to do to some of our heavy armor. We'll bring Raymond forward, and I guess we can bring Ramen forward. Just super boring. Sorry, guys. They're just so below our pay grade currently. Dang, I shouldn't even have swung at him. I should have just stepped in on this guy. Everyone's routing, so we don't have to worry about their zones of control. But yeah, that's pretty much the fight. I mean, they have 2 archers left in it. Pass everybody here. He goes down. 1 more stab. Good. Hondo, please finish this guy. Great. And... okay. Run them down. After all the trouble they caused me. It always sucks because it feels like the one guys I need to do the final swing are never the ones that are standing next to the enemy. There we go. Alright, keep forgetting to level Edgel. But I mean, these are all pretty valuable weapons that we can sell for quite a bit. So I'm not super unhappy. But after losing the dog, that was not a worth it fight. And Edgel's level 16, that's pretty great. Resolve and fatigue. Yes. And I guess we could repair this. Those are probably worth repairing. Okay. Keep on moving. See what kind of quests maybe they have in Grafenhaven for us. But we don't actually want to do quests. We want to come up here and do stuff. But we have to see what kind of quests they have in case they kind of align with what we want to do anyway. 7 days. And we can just... wow, the prices here are great for selling. Probably because they're being rated. Something like that. Okay. So they have ambush trade routes plus marauding greenskins. I think those 2 things together contribute to the prices. Drive off brigands at Dreadfort northwest. So we want to head northeast. Look how little they want to pay us. Yeah, forget that. Forget it, not worth it. So he wants us to go northwest. Probably somewhere in here, I would imagine. I think we're just going to head out this way. And maybe strike out for that place, which we know has Necro-Savants. If I remember correctly, it does. Probably also has Ancient Legionnaires or Honor Guard or a bunch of other very scary things. So it may end up being a pretty difficult fight. But we'll see. Our army composition right now is not set up to fight Necro-Savants. You definitely want more heavily armored backline type guys. Hemivores. I'm not familiar with that word. Hidden for centuries, this ancient place became a safe haven for a coven of hemivores. That sounds like blood eaters, is what I would guess. So, there we go. We can, for some reason, we can see it now. So, a lot of ancient auxiliaries, which we're not scared of at all, but many Necro-Savants. So, in my experience, the best thing to do is just to take out your ranged guys and bring in all your melee guys, which I think is what we're going to do here. So let's just go super wide. We can take out Giro here. Although he's kind of like a polearm bro. We'll see. Let's bring in Sir Chris. Willem the Pimp, I almost didn't recognize you, buddy. Looking good. We definitely want Arazel in. We definitely want Sir Steinhardt in. Steezy, I think Steezy is scared of certain things. Fighting beasts. He's actually okay versus these guys. May want to keep Raymond in just to have some ranged. and Ragnar as well for our banner. Do we not want to bring Steezy and Yaku in? We could go full, like, super defensive here. Well, either way, we're going to have to switch up some of this armor. So, who needs it right now? Yeah, Giro doesn't need that. So Chris does. And something we've learned over time is that the Necrosavants really, really hate dogs. They see them as easy targets. I guess the AI does. So whenever there's a dog on the battlefield, they will try and kill it pretty much at all costs. And where's Aracel? Some of our brothers are looking a little different nowadays. There we go. Do something like this. Something like that, maybe. We have a little bit of crossbow coverage, a little bit of warbow coverage. These weapons are super good against the Necrosavants, but they're kind of crappy against the ancient auxiliaries, which we're not too worried about. Our frontline guys can really easily handle auxiliaries. We're also going to start with our hammer equipped. This is not good enough to fight in. There we go. Anything else? Any other changes? This is a dangerous fight. We want to make sure we're not going to get messed up here. I think that's good enough. We can move Sir Steinhardt as needed. Could even bring him like straight back at the beginning of the fight and just have tons of coverage for these guys. Let our front line kind of stand and fight. Somebody's not wearing something. Yes, here we go. Ragnar needed a necklace. Anything else? No, we're good. Alright. I think I'm going to save the game before this fight, because this could end up being a pretty cool one. And let's go get a crazy lady some dust. And it looks like there's probably some orcs right there in the woods. Alright, 22 enemies. That's quite a few. So I think what I'm going to do here is this. It's a pretty nifty formation, if I do say so myself. We want to shoot guys that have body armor, because if we manage to hit it, we'll be able to break the armor before they make it into melee. Just simple skeletons like that, it's not worth shooting. It does almost no damage from ranged. We don't have our falcon either, so we can't see where the Necrosavants are, but they'll start teleporting as the front lines clash. Because the whole thing with the AI is that it feels like, oh god, this is even better. Oh yeah, I like this a lot. We're losing all of our lone wolf capabilities, but at the same time, I think we'll just pass. We're gaining like complete full protection for our ranged, and we're just like encased in heavy armor now. And if they want to come and get us, they're going to have to stand and bang with, you know, the best guys that we have. I like this formation a lot. This seems pretty deadly. I don't think I've ever done it before. We even have our spearmen out on the flanks, which are going to keep the ancient auxiliaries from completely surrounding us. This is a very cool formation. Let's see if it works. I don't know. Is that 7? Is that 7 Necrosavants? Boy, that's a lot. Let's pass and see what they do. If we could start killing them before they get to shield wall in our front lines, we should be fine. Why is Aracel wavering? He's our dang sergeant. Thanks to Spear Mastery, even though this guy got in, he's still able to repel people from these other two positions. We just need to make sure we kill them as they jump in. Keep our front line nice and clear. Pass there. There we go. Let's just start getting some kills and get ourselves some morale boosts. Yeah, this just sucks because we can't put our spear wall back up since that guy stayed there. Come on, land the hit. There we go. But this one can. Yeah, my mouse is acting up a little bit, guys. Sorry. Alright, there goes the rest of his armor. And unfortunately, Burnfried is surrounded, but we don't call him the Solid for nothing. He's been through a lot of battles with us. And he's pretty heavily armored. We just need to choose our attacks wisely. And we're not going to get baited. You know, move our guys into here. There's no point. There we go. The armor's gone. We'll take our best percentage chance shots. I think I'm going to shield wall too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is what it looks like. Yeah, pretty glad I put up my shield wall there. If they actually make it into combat with Isaac this turn. We have the Solid and the Stoic on either ends of our formation. But he's probably the most vulnerable person here, which is interesting. Yeah, they're going to have like a quadruple surround on him. But if we keep his shield wall up, he should be fine. But the crappy thing is that they just completely bypassed our best spear wall. And once we start to kill some of these off, we'll be much better off because we'll be able to maneuver around him. Protect anyone who might end up taking a lot of hits. Okay, we have some clear shots on this guy. We took out his armor and did some decent damage. I think we come in here and take this shot. It's probably worth it. And we can Indomitable as well to see if we can't avoid being hit. But let's get a nice split here. And we get the kill, and we're going to jump right back in. That felt good because it took some pressure off of Isaac here. Alright, good mace hit. A little love tap. We have a clear shot there with the crossbow. I think we shield wall. Attack there. Nice. We'll pass and see what our options are in terms of attacking. Nice. So we triggered his 9 lives. Can we get the kill? We can. Okay, that was a kind of a calculated risk. Okay. Step here, we can't attack, so there's no point in doing it. Keep our front line strong. Yeah, we're definitely going to want to try and throw up a shield again. The idea was killing this guy was probably defensively the same value to us as just putting up that shield wall was. And now they've come to the wrong neighborhood, I feel like. So Steinhardt's kind of made to kill these guys. It'd be better if he was in his lone wolf, you know, stance, because then he would have a lot more buffs. Oh wow, he's not obstructed at all. That's beautiful. I don't know what to dub this formation. It was pretty cool. It was like a little triangle that we made with a nice flat, you know, shield wall front line. Spears out on the flanks. I think this was very tactically sound. We have no good shots. So I think it's time to pull the banner out and go into melee on some of these dudes. You see that did decent damage. Perfect. And we'll see what's going on. We don't need to jump out. We shall see. Hondo as well. Spears aren't the best weapons against these guys. We have no option to shield wall, unfortunately, and Isaac is super tired from being hit a whole bunch. We can jump here. We may be able to get this kill. And we can. And I think this is fine. I feel like what's going to happen is now the Necrosavants are not going to like this fight anymore. And they're going to try and zip out. Jump down here. We might be able to get another kill. We'll see how they want to move in. But they no longer have, you know, this 4-man surround on Isaac. He's not an easy target anymore. So Steinhardt took 2 hard hits. Okay, that wasn't good. Okay. We need to get some kills because we need to get him out of there. He's got a high HP pool, but that's what these weapons are good against. Damn, skeletons. What can we do? I think all we can do right now is make this fight less appetizing for them. Surround them, and then they're more likely to want to leave the fight. So almost all the auxiliaries are gone. Good. I wish we had a dog that we could put down. So this is very dangerous for Sir Steinhardt. Oh god. The thing is, his nimble, his dodge, his high stats, his melee stats are supposed to protect him from those types of hits, but they don't seem to be doing a very good job. So we trigger 9 lives, we just need one more hit on this guy to kill him. We're going to go for the better chance to hit there. And we'll wait to drop a dog. We may not need to do that. Hondo could get this kill, and he does. Perfect. Okay. That's pretty okay. The only thing that sucks is we have no way of like hiding Sir Steinhardt. Dang, that was not a good place to move him. Ah. We done messed up a little bit. Varandox could have been able to jump here if he wouldn't have done that, and then we probably would have had an open attack. But let's go down here and help cover Sir Steinhardt. See if a dog can finish one of them off. I think we only need one hit. Wouldn't be surprised to see them both teleport out and get right here. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me either. Wow. So we've got to win right now. Damn. No, that doesn't do any good. I was hoping we'd be able to move in and then give him bandages to stop his bleeding. Yeah, we just had to end that fight right there before Sir Steinhardt got hit too hard. So we're gonna get a ton of treasure from there, and only one Shimmering Ash out of 7 Necrosavants. That's pretty bad luck. So we have 5 of them. We still need 2 more. That should have given us everything we needed. Like, they didn't drop anything. Oh, man. Scaredy leveled. Good old Scaredy. And what are his rolls like? Yeah, I like that a lot. That's fine. Steinhardt needs to come out, obviously. And someone else should go in. Probably another melee character. Maybe Steezy. That looks fine to me. You know what? Let's bring in Yaku. Yes. He just needs better armor. And something else to wear. Or even, you know what? Because I'm thinking about using the same exact formation. Except instead of Steinhardt at the tip of that pyramid in the back, it'll be perhaps Ramen or Steezy or Yaku. Having a spear in the back as well could be pretty interesting. We just need to give him better armor. I guess we don't really have any more Lamellar. Is that the best that we have? 215? No, this is better, right? Yeah. There you go, Yaku. And Yaku needs some kind of dog or item. Because I think we have time for one more battle, guys, with some Necrosavants. So let's see what we can do. We should be healed up a little bit before then as well. Oh, so it was Goblin Raiders. As I said before, it's hard to pass up these fights that we, are just easily coming across. But I think we have to in this instance. We want to make sure we're at full strength when we enter a scary place like that. What is this? A small camp erected by orcs, either as part of a large horde in the vicinity or small tribes of its own. They'll eventually move on to hunt and pillage elsewhere. So, this could be an interesting fight. I did want to fight some orcs today, but our current setup is not great for that. And Burnfried needs to come out if we're going to take an immediate fight. I think we would do something like this. And bring in another archer, a crossbowman. Bring in Ramen, probably. I think we could take on this group. They don't have a warlord or anything. They're going to be pretty heavy on the offense. And we don't really have the ability to snipe if we bring this many melee characters. That's fine. Let's go on in. No, wait. It's nighttime. What was I thinking? Nope. We're gonna rest. It's in camp until daytime. Almost made a pretty critical, easy mistake there. So we're going to go out with a bit of a bang. This should be a nice fight. And it gave us a hill position that we can fight over. But if we're moving, we're not shooting. So that kind of sucks. But if we can get to these Man, we fought over this exact same hill on another battle, in another episode, and it's such a, like a janky position. It's hard to tell where the approaches are. Which means it's hard to tell where you need to position like your spearmen and things to kind of keep them off the high ground. But some of these warriors are already on top. And we're going to be like halfway exhausted just because we have to climb the hill. Which feels pretty bad. And let's get up. And the thing about orcs too is they can push you around. We don't want anyone to fall off of this place. Alright, let's see. We'll have to wait. We need to move Ivar, we need to move Hondo. We may send Hondo kind of up and around as a bit of a distraction. Yeah, I think we can bring Varandox here, move Isaac here, and then we have a nice like little L shape that we can protect. And we're going pretty wide. They're going to have to go up and around us. We're going to leave Hondo here. He's on a nice little like high ground island. Just would have felt pretty good to be able to snipe some of these berserkers in a regular battle. There's not a lot of them, to be fair, but if they just keep like chain stunning like Hondo up here, it's going to be pretty rough for him. Despite not being on the high ground with us, those are still some pretty good odds. Step up. They go up a bit. Would love to kill these two berserkers before the battle starts, really. That's kind of what we're afraid of. And you can't push an orc warrior. We'll hold for now. I don't think you can stun them either. Spear wall, keep them from going around the flanks, though they probably don't have enough movement to do that anyway. Wow, that's a pretty heavy hit to our armor there. And we can consider sending Ivar down here if we think he's in trouble. But this sucks. Yeah. We just needed to fade probably like one stun here so that Hondo can start doing his job. Super nice. Yeah, I think we're going to bring Ivar down. Otherwise, I don't know what he's doing. Rallied our bros. Take out our banner. Now I think we want to apply as much overwhelm as possible to him, and we actually managed to rout him, which is great. And we can Indomitable here with Lance to make sure that he's not taking a ton of, HP damage. God. We just kind of saved ourselves from this guy, and then another guy steps forward. Yeah, we'll just close them off here. Basically, we've turned this into a fight with a couple, orc warriors. with a couple young in here taking some hits. Pretty nasty little triple surround they have going off here on Cerveran docks. But if we can get his shield up, he should be fine. Let's see if they give us that opportunity. The Berserkers luckily weren't able to do anything. Oh no, they stunned him. Probably worst case scenario. Nice. Want to get that kill because we want to start triggering some kind of morale penalties. It's hard to tell where I can maneuver. Yeah, that didn't look like I would be able to do that. That was very disorienting. Nice. Raymond is killing it from that low ground. It's kind of unbelievable. Perfect. Now we're behind them, which is pretty cool. Lots of overwhelm on this Orc Warrior, times 4. Yes, and we smashed one down. So now they don't have a good surround on him anymore. Awesome. And he wants to run, but now he has 3 injuries. God, that's brutal. Make sure Ivar has that, because he's downhill of an orc. Oh, buddy wants to play some Total War Warhammer 2. Don't mind if I do. Maybe not today, but I cannot wait to play some more. I was kind of saddened by the news. Basically, they let people know. I'm happy that they talk, that CA talks to people. They're the developers behind the Total War games. But they're like, I feel like they're kind of dropping the ball when it comes to the speed at which they release their DLC. The quality is there, which is great. But like, they're really focused on making 3 Kingdoms a thing. But I feel like they're letting Total War Warhammer slip. And I feel like Total War Warhammer has got to be the most successful franchise they have going right now. And if you look at the Reddit, I mean, it's crazy. People just want as much DLC content as possible. And I'm kind of in that same camp. But it's kind of making me, until I get the new stuff, I'm kind of hesitant to, you know, invest too much time. Because I've already spent like thousands of hours, guys, playing those games. So, of course, we shot him in the back. That sucks. So for me to like go back and play more, like the Vampire Coast DLC was awesome. It wasn't really what I was wanting. I'm really looking forward to what I think is going to be a Lizardman Skaven DLC that's coming up, like a Lord pack. And I'm excited about that. But, so basically, I'm kind of jumping around a lot, I know, but basically what they let everyone know is that that Lord pack that everyone pretty much knows is coming, or at least strongly suspects, is going to be, you know, a few months out, which is kind of rough. Because they're the only ones in the game right now without Regiments of Renown, so their roster feels a little incomplete. And we've almost got this fight wrapped up. Are we still not close enough? This terrain is so weird. Here we go. And of course we can't attack. Please, just let me stab this guy one time. Like, see what I'm saying? It's really hard to see from this angle. I wish you could spin the battlefield around and look at it. Man, no good loot at all. That was awful. For the amount of risk we just took to take that fight against all those Orc warriors in this hill, that was a pretty awful fight. But that's probably going to be it for me today, guys. we'll head over to this place and see if we can tell what kind of fight it is. This like banner makes me think it's the ancient dead, but the graveyard look to it seems like undead to me, so it may be a mix. And there may not be any necrosavants here. But anyway, we'll figure that out at the beginning of the next episode, and we shall see. I might just go into the fight and not record, and if there's no necrosavants in it, I'll just skip past it, guys. We'll come over here, turn in stuff, make some gold, get some supplies, and then head out to the rest of No Return. Honestly, we fought 7 necrosavants. That's the most we've ever seen in one battle, and it only gave us 1 Shimmering Ash. And I'm pretty sure I've sold, 5 of these or so over time. But anyway, we can also come in here and repair some of this stuff. Yeah. How are you doing, Steinhardt? That's a very small injury for him, but his initiative is super important to him because it's how he defends himself. So we're going to need to let him repair up before we can even consider using him. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Once again, my name is Brett. My channel is Good Talk Gaming. I hope you enjoyed today's video. We made some progress. It felt like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. But we turned in the hides. We got our new quest. Because of my item hoarding, we're already like most of the way there. And with some careful planning, we may be there at the end of the next episode. And all that's leading up to the cataclysmic, Kraken fight, which we're certainly not ready for, I don't think. We're just not decked out enough in like legendary armor and stuff, I don't think, to take those fights. But if I get a chance to fight the Kraken, I'll save the game, we'll fight it, we'll get wiped, it'll be a good time, and then we'll reload and prepare to take him on in the same manner as we will the Black Monolith and some of the other more legendary locations. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Take care.